What is up, plant homies? Today is going to be a little bit different of a video. We are going to pick up a tropical fruit tree. I don't want to do just houseplants on this channel because I love trees, and the past couple years I've been really getting into tropical fruit trees. I live in Southern California, so we're lucky enough to be able to grow tropical fruit trees. So we'll do some videos about that, and maybe we'll do some videos on how to graft them. I'm taking a grafting class in like 3 or 4 weeks from now, so that's why I'm going to pick up these trees, and we'll do some videos on how to do that. And I'm gonna graft my fig tree outside because I got it at a local nursery, and the figs suck on it, but they're pretty decent sized trees. I mean, they're still small, but they definitely carry a lot of figs. So I'm gonna put some cool varieties onto that. So stay tuned for some cool tropical fruit videos, especially after the winter. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of more trees, and yeah, so stay tuned for that. By the way, we're picking up a Cherimoya tree. Hopefully I'll get some sugar apples to graft on it because I really want a sugar apple, but I think I'm gonna pick up 2 or 3 trees from a guy in Orange County. He's got some 2-year-old seedlings, and I was told by a good buddy that Dr. White is a good rootstock for Cherimoya, and you can graft different Annona family trees to that. So luckily I typed that in on Facebook Marketplace and I found some, and they're only 20 bucks each, so I'm probably gonna get 2 or 3, maybe even 4, but most likely I'm just gonna get 2, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I'll show you guys the journey. We'll pick up the tree. Maybe the guy will let me film a little bit at his place, but I doubt it. He seems kind of like an older guy, and usually they're not into that kind of stuff. But I'll film it when I get back to the pad, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. And yeah, hopefully I can turn you guys on to some tropical fruits. I have some variegated tropical fruits too. Like I have like 3 variegated dragon fruits. I have a variegated what's it called, jaboticaba, and I have variegated sugar cane. So I'm gonna collect as many variegated fruits as I can. I'm trying to import some variegated mangoes, but I'm having trouble with agriculture and USDA or whatever. So yeah, if you like only variegated stuff, also stay tuned for some cool tropical fruit stuff because I got the variegated connect for those too. But yeah, stay tuned. Here we go. Alright guys, we successfully picked up the Cherimoya trees. I'm going to take you outside and show you those right now, and then I'm going to show you some other variegated fruits I have, kind of like this variegated sugar cane right here. We'll get a little close-up of that, but it's pretty cool. I also got some dragon fruit and stuff. I think I mentioned it before, but this video's been filmed over a couple days, so I kind of forget. But anyways, let's check it out. Alright, so these are the 2 Cherimoya trees I picked up. They are 2-year-old Dr. White seedlings. Dr. White is supposed to be a super good rootstock for grafting Cherimoyas, and in a few weeks I'm going to graft these bad boys and add, I think, a red Geffner and maybe a I forget what the other 3 choices are called, but one of my friends is gonna have a little class on how to graft these, so I'm gonna take that class and I'll graft them up. You can see the thickness of the trunk. It's not like super thick, but I think it's perfect size for grafting. We'll probably graft it somewhere around here, so not very far up from the dirt, and we will be losing a huge section of the tree, but that is how grafting works, my friends. Harvey came outside to say what's up. He's chewing on some grass, even though he knows he's not supposed to do that. He loves eating plants. I know a lot of dogs like eating grass when their stomach's messed up or whatever, but this guy will eat anything, even like bromeliads and spiky plants. He's a nut. Here's a couple of the fig trees I have. I got these at like a local nursery, and I think I'm gonna graft onto these this year. I know they're not variegated, and I said I was gonna show my variegated fruits, but yeah, I think I'm gonna graft some good varieties of figs on these this year because I did get them last year or 2 years ago maybe, and the figs on them are gross. So we will see what goes down there. The perfect time of year to graft the figs is January, February, I'm pretty sure. And that's what time of year it is now. It's coming up on January, so hopefully in a few weeks we will get these bad babies grafted up. Here is my variegated Jaboticaba. It's called Paulista variegated, and it's super cool. It kind of reminds me of a Hoya. You can see when the new growth comes out, it's like a vibrant, bright pink, which looks super cool. I got this bad boy as a little tiny stick, and it's finally growing, but you can see there is some nice white variegation on the edges of the leaves. It's a little burnt right now, but it's still a small guy. I literally got it when it was like just about this tall, and so it's like doubled in height this year. And we got some new growth coming in. You can see these are the new buds about to open up, so that's awesome. Variegated Jaboticaba Paulista. I also have a couple variegated dragon fruit cuttings. These are the Limeworth variegated. The top one of that one rotted, so I cut it off. But I also have this one. They're pretty cool. Like, the more light they get, the more variegated they get. I'll show you the parent for that right now. But it looks like it has sun damage, but it doesn't. So I planted these like last year, I think, and put them on a trellis. There's the parent plant to the one I just showed you. And you can see it has green patches and yellow patches all over it, which is pretty darn cool. And like I said, that's not damage. That's just how the variegation works on this variety, the Limeworth variegated. And then over on the right side, we have the variegated Undatus. This one's a little bit of a slow grower. It got some problems with snails, and I chopped it back a couple times, but the pattern on it is super duper cool. So I hope this year it starts growing a little bit better, but we will have to see. And last, for the variegated dragon fruits, we have the pink variegated chimera, which is one of the craziest plants I own. You can see the crazy pink stripes in there. So this plant, I believe, after doing the research, it is actually a true chimera plant, which is super wild. It's a dragon fruit that is mixed with a moon cactus. So those are those crazy cactus you see at like Home Depot that are grafted onto these that have no color. And you can actually see a couple moon cactus growing on here. So these will grow these moon cactus, which are crazy, and they will also grow dragon fruit. I've heard that it's a little bit hard to get them to fruit, but we will see either this year or next year probably. I have a friend that had them fruit, and usually you want to take these little moon cactus off if you're trying to get them to fruit, but I wanted to leave them on for the video, so I'll probably cut them off now. But yeah, that's a super cool variegated fruit for you. The variegation also makes the cuttings kind of curl because it grows kind of, the pink part and the green part will grow at different speeds. I believe that's what makes it curl like this. So that can also be a kind of annoying thing, because this will just grow into like a snail shell and grow into itself. So usually when they grow like this, I like to cut the growth off, and then you kind of have to start over. But you can see some of them grow straight-ish, I guess you could say. But yeah, usually when they have a lot of pink on them, they grow super weird and curly. So there's some cuttings from those guys. We also have the giant variegated banana. This is a Florida, they call it, not the AA or whatever. But you can see there's a little stripe right there, and in the back leaf, it's super variegated. During the winter, it kind of loses all its variegation, which is weird. You can see like there's still variegation on this leaf, there's some on the back, and then there's a tiny bit on this one. But the newest leaf has almost no variegation. You can see there's like a little patch right there, but not very much white on it. So those are kind of a weird one to grow. I have a couple more bananas in my room that I'll show you guys. But yeah, this is a big size banana Florida, which is a variegated variety. And they do have striped bananas. You can look up pictures on the internet, or maybe I'll post one, but I don't have any right now, obviously. Here is the variegated sugar cane, which is pretty darn cool. It's called the Buddha's Belly. I'll show you why. it gets super duper fatty knobs like that, and they're like green and pink and yellow striped variegated. I grew it from a little teeny tiny branch, probably smaller than, it was probably like this size when I started, but you can see it's definitely sizing up now and it's probably ready to harvest. But I don't have a juicer, so I might have to wait for a little bit. But yeah, you can see these are super duper cool variegated. I heard they have a little bit more of a mild taste than a regular sugar cane, but you can definitely still juice these and get some bomb sugar cane juice. So that is the variegated sugarcane Buddha belly. I don't know if colocases are technically fruits or vegetables, but obviously I have some variegated colocases like this Milky Way, and these are actually like from the taro plant family. I'm not sure if these are exactly, oh, nice little half moon, but I'm not sure if these varieties are the actual true taro, but you can see I have a couple variegated kinds of these as well, and those are really good eating. Well, at least the taro is really good eating. I have like the taro ice cream before, and that is fire. All right, here is my Musa No-No. You can see it has bright pink stripes on the leaves. It's kind of hard to see because the lights make it all weird, but there's a super bright stripe. There's some nice pink stripes on the old and new leaves. You can see they're pretty good. Those are actually, it's actually like a little bit big too, a little bit too big for the spot it's in right now, so I need to move it outside. But it's winter, so it's not the perfect time to move that outside. Those you should be able to find in your local big box stores like Home Depot and stuff pretty soon. I've seen like Costa Farms, I think, drop them, but they used to be super expensive when they first came out. Another banana tree I have is the one in front of it. This is called the Super Black. It's hard to see in the light, but at certain angles you can see it gets a dark maroon leaf with a bright neon green stripe down the center. In natural sunlight, they turn a lot darker. I'll see if I can find a picture on my phone, but yeah, under the grow lights inside, it's not as beautiful. But yeah, these are still pretty rare. I don't know if you can find them in the US or very easily. I had to import this bad boy. And yeah, if you know about importing fruit trees from overseas into the United States, it is not that simple. So yeah, this is the Musa Super Black, and this is the Musa No-No. So I have 3 variegated banana trees, and I think that's it for variegated fruits that I have. So yeah, we'll probably end the video there. All right, plant homies, I know that was kind of a quick one, but I just wanted to share some of the tropical fruit trees with you that I have, and they can also be just as cool as houseplants. Like I showed you, there are some variegated varieties, which I'm still collecting, and there are some very tasty tropical fruits out there that you can't really find in stores. Just like the Cherimoya tree, a lot of people in the United States haven't even heard of Cherimoya or tried it or anything like that. So don't be afraid to look online for some rare tropical fruits and give them a try. It's best to find someone in your neighborhood or in like a local tropical fruit growing group or something, because sometimes if you get those tropical fruits from the store, they're really bland tasting because they pick them early. That's just a little tip for you. But sometimes you can get some good ones. Like, I don't know if you have Costco near you, but they have like honey dragon fruit and honey mangoes and honey persimmons now, and those are all actually pretty good varieties, but most of the other ones kind of suck. So yeah, try and find someone local to you where you can get some fresh picked ones. Even the farmers market ones, like all the farmers markets I went to last year, the dragon fruit kind of sucked. But if you can find like a dragon fruit seller or dragon fruit farm, try and get them from there. Sometimes you can order them online because they are super tasty when they aren't picked early. They're picked at the right time. And like I said, you can get some cool fruit varieties that are variegated, like the bananas, like the jaboticaba. I'm trying to get some variegated mangoes. And you can plant all the seeds that you eat and try and get variegated ones yourself and grow your own rootstock to graft on and things like that. So yeah, I just wanted to share the tropical fruit side of growing plants with you guys, and later down the line we'll go more in depth into that, maybe when we harvest some fruits or we visit someone else's garden and do things like that. That's another thing. If you're watching this video and you're local to Southern California and you have a cool garden, whether it's tropical fruits, cactuses, variegated plants, or anything awesome like that, message me down below or comment down below, because I do want to do some videos at local gardens. I know I mentioned it before, or local grow spaces, kind of like my room. I just want to show off how everyone else does things. But yeah, sorry for the short video. We're gonna have way more to come, don't worry. So stay tuned, comment down below, and let me know what you think. Peace out for now, plants.